Hi, Scott O'Sullivan here from Rider Justice with
Becky Bradley, Eagle Riders out of Castle Rock.
So Becky, I really appreciate today. You helped organize a accident scene management class with your members, and then it got opened up to the public as well. Accident scene management classes are something that I have now been sponsoring for just about 11 years. We have helped a little over 1,000 people learn the first aid of motorcycle riding and how to help someone in the event of a collision while you're out on a ride. And I know that this has affected you personally, and that's why we're talking now, because it's so important to me, and I just got chills again in hearing your story. So if you could say why this class is important to you and what it means.
Absolutely. A few years back, I was behind an accident, and the 5 bikes around me, out of maybe 60, went down, and I felt like the scene, after the fact, I realized the scene was mismanaged. So I took the class, I took the advanced class, and had all the gear with me. Unfortunately, there were 6 of, well, fortunately, we had a great ride, 6 of us coming out of the Tetons. We were in, all over the place, Montana, and drunk driver hit our group. So I had the gear, I had taken the classes, and our girlfriend lost her leg. Another one of the girls was injured. And I felt like if it had been me that had gone down, I didn't know who would know what they were doing or have the stuff they needed to assist me. So my mission was to make sure that the riders that I ride with are all educated as well.
Well, thank you, because I mean, obviously, you may not admit this, but you saved your friend's life, clearly. And at a minimum got her stabilized for the EMTs to take care of her, I'm assuming,
Yes.
because of what you learned.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think one of the things that's important to know too about this class is that it doesn't always have to be that traumatic,
Right.
but you were trained at that level that you did know what to do when it got to that level of, the worst case scenarios of, losing a leg, for God's sakes.
Yes.
But then also it could just be pipe burns, or it could be somebody's in a parking lot and just does a little whoopsie when, with the gravel, and just gets some road rash or some other things that could be taken care of.
Absolutely.
Right? So it doesn't have to be as traumatic. So we
Right.
don't want to traumatize people. Please take the class,
Right.
is I guess what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I really appreciate it. Is there anything that you've learned that you'd like to share with people about the class?
Well, honestly, there were a lot of things that I learned that pertain just to motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ride, if you have a friend that rides, if you're out, especially in Colorado, there's people riding year round, and just being prepared, even if you just come across the scene of an accident, knowing how to manage it and lend assistance if needed.
Yeah.
So it was very motorcycle accident specific, and that was very helpful, especially in this situation.
And part of being prepared is having the right gear, correct? Like having the right med kit, having the right stuff in there.
Absolutely.
And what does that mean to you after you've learned these classes? I heard you say something about like one of your whole saddlebags being.
Yeah, so we try to do a couple of long rides out of state, and I have 2 bags on my bike, and one of them is just completely medical gear. It's anything from Band-Aids and aspirin to glucose tabs for someone who might be going into a diabetic situation. I also carry a tourniquet, and the tourniquet was what saved Deb's life. And just being prepared, it's a pain. You have extra stuff. You're trying to pack everything into 2 bags, and it was worth it to dedicate that space to that kit. And I think that's super important. Knowing things is great. If we hadn't had a tourniquet, we would have lost Deb.
Yeah.
So.
I when I took the class many years ago, I have since always carried major medical trauma kits in all my vehicles. I have a roll on the back of my motorcycle that I also carry that in. I make my boys have it in their cars. And then I have a major trauma kit. We have a cabin up in the mountains because it could take an hour or plus for people to get to us.
It was an hour before, 45 minutes before EMS got there. It was over 2 hours before they airlifted her out. So
you saved her life. You helped stabilize her. That's literally the whole point. You're not supposed to be the EMT.
Right.
You
need to
get them ready for the
You're
EMT.
between the two. You're from the accident to when the trained professionals get there.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the things, and I'm sorry, I'm about to ambush you with this. One of the things that I have found in life, because I've been near accidents, I've been a part of accident scenes, I have been in situations where people are, choking in a restaurant or about to die, and nobody does anything. I, for some reason, am the kind of person that walks across, does the Heimlich, saves the person, walks away, sees whatever, so what is it, do you think it's about you and that made you just step up? I mean, some people freeze, they just do. And I don't know what it is about me that lets me do that.
Yeah.
But it's a thing.
Right. Honestly, I remember bits and pieces. I know it was a lot of adrenaline. I saw that she was in need, and she's someone I love, and even if she wasn't, though, it was like something needs to happen. And I know as soon as it started, I called 911. I was right in front of her, and I was screaming at people, don't touch that, don't lay her down. And I had to run, I don't know, about 8-10 feet to my bike and grab a tourniquet. And I don't know what it is about me, but I knew if somebody doesn't do something, then in her case, if somebody doesn't do something, then we'll lose her.
Right.
And it's just the value of life and knowing how there's a need. Just I was in motion.
Yeah, and I think part of it is too is being trained properly. So you take the
Absolutely.
class, so you learn how to use it. You're not just guessing, fumbling through your thing. You chose the right equipment in it. And part of it is too is seeing it. I was at a scene where a lady cut across the road and hit a motorcycle rider. I just happened to be there. I jump out of my car. He gets the flight response, so he is badly banged up, and he gets up and starts running. And I have to chase him down and sit him down and kind of calm him down. And it's just a reaction, and I really appreciate people like yourselves being able to have that presence of mind, and your friends too. I mean, it's a gift that that you have, that you had that presence of mind to do it, and for everybody there at the scene.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry that you also had to go through this trauma. Because it's real.
It is.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? I just really appreciate it. I appreciate you doing this.
No, I would like to see as many people as we ride with and that are out riding. I would really like to see as many people as possible get the training, because I had said earlier, if it had been me, I don't know that anyone would have even known that I had medical equipment, a tourniquet, that sort of thing, or known how to manage the situation. So my goal is to have as many people educated as possible.
Yeah, I think that's 100% right. I think all motorcycle riders and just people in general should take a class exactly like this, or take this class as a motorcycle rider. I also think all motorcycle riders should take advanced riding classes again too, just to hone your skills. I think every person who ever drives a car should take a motorcycle training class, just because it teaches you about motorcycles and safety and awareness and situational awareness and all of those things. And I think it's just so important, and that's why Rider Justice in this case helped sponsor these events. And if it wasn't for you today, we wouldn't be here with this group of people. So I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.